Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at all the things that I'm getting ready for in regards to the industry patch, which potentially may drop tomorrow. Again, no, not confirmed, however, but it's a good possibility tomorrow is the day, so let's get on with it. So the last components for the last Nidhogger that I intend to build have just been finished, and they were the capital drone bays. See here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll have 10 carriers in total, 2 dreads as it currently stands. So nothing particularly, outrageously massive there. But again, I've been producing these, as I've said in a few videos. I expect these to rise over time. They may not rise initially, but again, I'm quite happy to hold on for a decent amount of time until I feel that it's a decent time to sell. So been building, because I say capitals, which has had its ups and downs. I've not built many capitals in the past, and ferrying the minerals around, I've made a few mistakes. Nearly got a freighter destroyed. I came very close to that. So yeah, it's been an interesting time, and again, it's an area that I've never really done before, much capital production, especially moving the stuff around to build. In the past, I have built 2, 3, 4 carriers, but the minerals were already on site. So it was just a matter of producing the stuff and then producing the end product. So yeah, it was interesting to say the least. So I do have some capital BPOs which will be coming out of production very shortly. Be interesting to see how they sell after the next patch. I imagine I am going to be holding these for quite a while due to the current changes that are about to happen. I don't imagine straight off the bat that there'll be a lot of people buying new components in order to build capital ships. I think there'll be quite an oversupply, and it'll take a while for prices to adjust and people to really start getting into production again. So interesting times. About 10 billion sat there. We can see here that I am building or constructing, researching, reacting. That's the word we're looking for. Some reinforced carbon fibres. Got quite a lot of them going on at the moment. Some more capital stuff. So again, yeah, interesting. But as I've said in previous videos, I feel that the sheer amount of reinforced carbon fibres, I don't think you can go wrong with. And for the cost of the BPOs, I'm hoping that I can get these paid off ASAP with the amount that going to be able to sell the reinforced carbon fibers for, and basically the BPOs then I will have for, I won't say free because that's not quite right, but I'll basically they will pay for themselves very, very quickly, and then everything else from that is profit. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I've bought quite a lot of them, and the necessary reactions that you need in order to the components, etc., for the reinforced carbon fiber. I've bought them as well. So I am currently training up reactions somewhat more so I can do more of them, because as I said, I expect this to be a very somewhat lucrative, and I don't think we'll have enough reinforced carbon fibers for a good amount of time due to the volume that's going to be required. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in regards to blueprints anyway. So on to other things that we are currently doing. I've got 29 Drekvacs. I was hoping for a few more of them, but I've had some ISK issues. I've had some liquid ISK issues, and I've had to liquidate quite a few assets in order to be able to continue building the capitals that I was doing, etc. So I haven't had quite as much liquid as I would have wanted, and so therefore I've not acquired as many ships. And again, the problem with acquiring ships at the moment, I could have to hold these for 6 months or so. So obviously, yes, it's great. They may end up making me lots of ISK in the future, or a decent amount of ISK. But as we can see here, that's 4.5 billion, which, isn't a huge amount, but that's 4.5 billion ISK that I don't currently have in liquid ISK at the moment, able to do other stuff with. And then we've got the Vedmax, and then we've got the other bits and bobs. So obviously, having it all tied up in areas where I may not see a return for 6-9 months, it may be that we see a return on it ASAP, which would be nice, because obviously then I get to liquidate it and use the ISK for other activities. But we are, again, it's unknown at this point A, how much they are going to go up to, and B, the demand afterwards, and C, there's so many variables that it's just really hard to know. So all the coveters that I've bought I have now sold. The price is now slightly above the 58 million where we sold the vast majority for, from 60 up to 62, 64. So I could have eked a little bit more profit out of them, but again I wanted to get rid of them and free up some ISK. That made me about 1.5 billion ISK in total from the coveters. So quite happy with that. The Procurers I have been slowly selling. Again, I expect the price of these to rise. Again, I think I bought these for about 33 million and we've been selling them for around the 50 to 60 mark. We did have a spike somewhere, so I was able to get rid of a good number of them, but again, as you can see, I'm still holding some. The Fullereids have been slowly selling. I've been quite slowly dropping these onto the market to slowly shift them because they have pretty much doubled from where I bought them for. So if I can sell them roughly where we are at the moment, I will make double what I paid. So I will make about 9 billion ISK, give or take. So that's very nice. I say we bought them for about 600. So a nice increase there. So at the moment there are a few areas of disappointment. We've got the broadcast nodes, which I bought anticipating them to go higher, and I bought them for pretty much where they are at the moment, and they've kind of stabilized where we are. So I'm not necessarily lost, but I've not gained, and again that is sucking up 4.4 billion ISK at current prices. So I would like to have seen them go somewhat higher. What else have we got? We've got guidance systems. These have gone up a little bit. Nothing dramatic. So still holding on to these because we can see there that the graph is indicating that we are on an upward trajectory for the time being. So I'll hold on to the guidance systems for a bit longer, see where they go. Robotics have been a little bit disappointing. They were, say, slowly climbing, but we seem to have hit a bit of a plateau at the moment. And yeah, they're not really doing much now. I've got 5 billion in there, so I would like to have seen them do something a little bit more at the moment. The Balgorns I'm keeping hold of, and that is because, as I've said before, I want Macarials, not necessarily Balgorns, and this is just a hedge against any price increase in the Macarials. If all faction battleships, for instance, increase 400% by the end of tomorrow's patch, then I will be able to sell the Balgorns for an increased price and then just buy the Macarials. So at this moment, that is why I am... Anybody else get this where it just doesn't? There we go. So these are still increased in price at the moment. They have stabilised, but as I say, I'm just going to hold on to the Balgorns for the time being, just in the off chance. The wetware, again, only half a billion ISK there, so it makes no difference. The nanite paste has been a little disappointing. I was hoping this would go up a bit more than it has, or pretty much at all. It is climbing, but at a glacial pace, which is disappointing. And the most disappointing thing I think we have so far is the elite drone AI, and these have recovered a little bit. I think they were down to 1.3 million. I think they touched yesterday. So again, I did say in a video a good while ago, but after I bought these, I wasn't going to increase my holding of them because I didn't expect them to get back due to obviously the spike here, or the price that we used to pay for them was because of the oracles using them in a lot of the I can't remember what they're called, the mining drones basically, and obviously with less oracles out mining, less drones are required, and therefore the price has slowly gone down. So that there currently is the worst investment that I have made, is the elite AI. But again, I'll hold on to them. It's not a huge amount. I've only got 2.5 billion ISK in there, so we'll hold on to them for a bit more. I didn't get a great deal of the gassy things, so again, barely worth mentioning, and again, barely worth mentioning. So I did say I was holding on to Plex, and as you can see here, I bought some on the 9th and we sold on the 23rd, and that was because the price looked like it was going down, and as it currently stands, it is down slightly. Now we can see on the graph here that it was up, and then we've kind of and we're looking like we are going to go back down. So I got rid of that. As I said, I needed to free up some ISK for other projects, so it was a good time to be selling. I'd made 2-3 billion ISK, however much the difference is between here and there, and as I said, you know, a bit of profit, and I needed to free up some ISK, so it seemed like the best idea at the time, and in hindsight it seems to have worked out quite well. If price drops back down, I may pick some more Plex up, because again at the moment the balance is a little higher than initially anticipated. So yeah, Plex not holding any at present. So that's pretty much it for the time being. Again, as I've said, I am quite excited about these changes. I think it's going to shake up pretty much everything and cause a lot of new headaches for industrialists, cause a lot of opportunities for industrialists and for the people potentially gathering the raw materials, and I think that is going to be good all round for everybody. Now obviously not everybody is overly excited about these changes, and that's the problem with changes. You can't keep everybody happy, but I think long term I think these changes will be very good all around. So I look forward to seeing how this all pans out, and again, as I say, due to it being such a huge change, it's very hard to see how this is going to go, and you know, hopefully CCP will keep their finger on the pulse and do the tweaks and changes required in order to make this a success, and we'll see how we get on. So that's what I have done so far to prepare for tomorrow's patch. Fingers crossed that it pans out for me. I will keep you updated, obviously, and with that, thanks for your time, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later.